My client went from $6,000 months to a six-figure year within just a couple of months of working together. And I'm going to break this down for you case study style today and walk you through exactly what we did to get this result really, really quickly as well. So some background context to start with. This client was really ready to scale the results which she'd already gotten. And at the same time, she was really wanting to cut down the time she was spending in the business because she was working about 6 days a week on average every single week to get those 6K months. So she was only having 1 day weekends most of the time. Some days it would be none as well. And she was really wanting to work less but make more at the same time, which is obviously my specialty. And she had worked really hard in her eyes to reach that previous income level. It felt hard. It felt like she was needing to work a lot to really sustain those 6K months. And she was having to see a lot of clients to hit that number. But just a few months into working together, she had scaled this to over 6 figures in her business, and she was working less. She was then working 4 days a week. She was taking a whole extra 2 days off every single week, seeing less clients and having more passive income at the same time. And these are the couple of things we really shifted to actually get this result for her and actually create this so quickly. The very first thing was we really focused on a content ecosystem. So this is where I really talk about viewing your content as not just individual silos, essentially individual pieces you're putting out, but really looking at how does everything interact together? What is the bigger picture with everything? Because this client in particular, she already had some really great marketing platforms. She was showing up a lot in a lot of different places and she had a lot of great content going out. But really a big shift that which we made was really showing up intentionally with all of these different platforms and making sure they all served a really specific purpose. So thinking about how one, was really used for lead generation. Another one was really where she did the selling. Another one led people over to her YouTube videos, for example. Just thinking about how everything all plays into each other and where you're wanting people to go essentially, and using it as an ecosystem, as in everything is linked together. And we really help people to just bounce around all the different areas essentially to help nurture them. So this really helped to just move the needle in terms of sales and get more people spending more time across all of her content and actually getting intentional with where she was selling in her content as well. This is as well what just sometimes takes people so long and just waste so much time, because often we need to then put out a lot of content. If we're not really thinking about things as an ecosystem, we need to put out a lot of content to actually get sales, actually convert people, versus just utilizing every single piece we're putting out and really just squeezing all of the juice and the results we can possibly get out of every single piece of content we're putting out. So your marketing should be simple and efficient is really the big takeaway here. And this is what we really built for her, which saved her so much time and got her better results at the same time. The second thing we really did was we focused on helping her to really just show up and sell more. We really worked on her beliefs around how much she was able to sell, specifically as well with the content where we'd identified, okay, here is really the zone where we should be selling. Here's the zone where we should be putting the time and energy into pitching her offers. Once we'd really figured that place out, she really had to lean into the idea that it was okay to sell here, that she was able to consistently talk about her offers. It wasn't spammy, it wasn't sleazy. She was able to actually sell. And one of the things that she had in particular was she had a free community, which she'd had for a very long time. And she was really not selling to them much. Every time she did sell as well, it would be a drop and run, essentially. It would be a get over as quick as possible, the selling process. But actually switching that was such a game changer, and it meant that she didn't need to actually put out anything more. She didn't need to do anything more. We didn't add anything drastically new to her business. We just shifted how she was doing things, and it made it so that she was able to get significantly more sales and actually work less because things were simpler and things were easier at the same time. So takeaway here is really the more you're selling, the more you will sell. The more you're showing up to sell in your business, the more you're talking about your offers, the more sales you are actually going to make at the end of the day. It sounds so simple, but it is so simple because of that. So those were the two big shifts we really made together to take her from 6K months to a 6-figure year in just a couple of months together. If you found this helpful, make sure you hit the like button below. Make sure you subscribe as well so you don't miss the daily videos where I'm sharing so much strategy on how to actually grow your business and make more and work less at the same time. And I will see you in the next video tomorrow.